What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to teach this? And she's like, I don't know, just read the book. It's Haruinkorea, and today I am going to tell you guys hopefully a quick story about why I almost did a midnight run my first few months in Korea. I first came to Korea in 2016 as a student at Yonsei University, and I just did a semester abroad, so only 4 months. And after that semester abroad, I realized that my time in Korea was way too short and there are still so many things I wanted to do and experience, so I decided that I wanted to come back as a teacher. Before I first came to Korea as a teacher, I was super excited about all of the possibilities and opportunities, and I thought being a teacher was going to be amazing. I was just really excited, you know? And the job that I eventually took, I got it through a recruiter. The Hagwon that I worked at was a pretty big franchise. I'm not gonna say the name. The hours that I saw were not very different from the other job postings that my recruiter had sent me. I did the interview, everything seemed fine, and I was like, okay, you know, I'm gonna be teaching English, like, I can do this. The hours in the contract said 9:40 to 6, and then Tuesday and Thursday, 9:40 to 6:40. So I was like, okay, you know, I can do that. You know, knowing what I know now, I could not do that, but I was young, I was naive, I was just excited to come to Korea. So I got on the plane, I got to Korea. I was told that I would have a week of training. I think I arrived in Korea on a Saturday and I went to work on Monday. And the first day I'm there, I watch a lady teach all the classes that I would be teaching. So normal. The second day, I go to the immigration office with one of the owners. The third day, I watched the lady teach the classes that I would be teaching. I watched her do the morning classes that I would be teaching, and then the afternoon classes, she's like, oh, you can do them by yourself, right? I was told I would have a week. I have literally no idea what I'm doing, and I was super upset, but I am not a person who argues. I'm not a confrontational person, and I was like, oh, maybe I should just be prepared. She's like, oh, I'll sit in the class with you, it'll be fine. For me, that's worse. I hate when people watch me. So yeah, I watched her teach my morning classes, and then I taught my afternoon classes. This is technically the third day that I'm here and I'm already teaching classes. So that was very nerve-wracking for me. And then by the fourth day, I taught all the classes from day 4 on. It was me. I have never taught in my entire life prior to that moment. I did an internship at a preschool where I wasn't teaching, I literally just played with the kids. So I was not prepared at all and I had no idea what I was doing. Nobody really showed me anything. I just got handed a bunch of books and was like, here's the lesson plan, follow this, do the books. I don't even know how the books are set up, what I'm supposed to be doing. And I was so extremely stressed. And another thing that was super stressful was I really thought that I would be teaching English, maybe speaking, maybe some writing, but I was not expecting to teach debate classes. And one of the classes that I had was a debate class, and they were using like a advanced high school textbook. And I just finished college and I took one speech class in my entire life. I have no idea how to teach a debate class. And I even asked the lady who I took over from, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to teach this? And she's like, I don't know, just read the book. What I'm doing. So it's super stressful. And another one of my classes was a reading class with older students that was also using a high school level book. Nobody told me I would be teaching classes like this. I did not expect to use a high school level book. I expected to teach younger kids how to speak English, and I was not doing that. And it made me extremely stressed. To go along with that, the hours that were on my contract were not accurate. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I was supposed to be at the school from 9:40 until 6. My classes did start at 9:40, that is true, but we had to be on the bus with the kids, I think at like 8:40-ish. So I'm on the bus with the kids by 8:40. Once I'm on that bus, I consider that my work time starting because I have to listen to the kids screaming, the kids are already talking to me, being annoying, I might have to discipline them. So I consider myself starting work at 8:40 when I get on the bus. Once I got to the school, it was already pretty close to 9:40. It might have been like 9:30 or something. So I have time to sit down for 5 minutes, grab a coffee, and then I'm working. So I was not prepared for that at all, to have to do that. And then also Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I was teaching until 7:30. We left a little after 7:30 and we also took the bus home with the kids, and I would not get home until like 8:10. And so I was exhausted, I was tired, and like I felt like I had no free time whatsoever. By the time I'm getting home, it's already dark. If I want to go eat dinner, after I'm done eating or after I'm done cooking dinner, it's already nighttime and I need to be going to bed to prepare for the next next day and just do the same routine all over again. I was taking books home every single night to review the books, study the books, try to figure out how I was supposed to teach debate. I was so unbelievably stressed, and I started eating a lot more junk food because I didn't want to cook at all. Like I was like, I'm not cooking, I don't have time to cook. The first couple weeks at least, I did not have friends. Eventually I met two people that I'm extremely close to, and they really helped me survive my nightmarish time those first couple months. But before I met them, it was even worse. When I finally get home after work at like 8, 10 or whatever, and I eat some junk food, usually I'm so exhausted I take a nap and I wake up at like 2, and then I would stay up for like a couple hours because I've literally had no time in my day to myself. Then I would go to sleep and wake up a couple hours later and go to work. So my sleep schedule is messed up, my eating habits were messed up. I was just having a terrible time. The two girls that I met there who I ended up being really close with, they're like, Brianna, you gotta stop taking books home, you gotta stop doing this. I was like, I know, but I don't know what else to do. They're like, don't do that. Don't do that. Just, you know, look over the books during your little bit of break time, and if you can't get it done, then just wing it. And I was like, I don't know how to wing things, you know? I need to be prepared. I'm a person, I hate not being prepared. So yay for lighting change. My camera battery died and I had to charge it, and now it's dark outside. But anyway, I was just really depressed. I felt like the expectations that I had for Korea were not met. I felt a little bit lied to. I felt a little taken advantage of. And I also was just not having a good time. I tried to stop taking as many books home, but even if I wasn't taking books home to prepare for the lessons, I then had to do progress reports and grading, and it was just so tiring. Like the amount of work that I was expected to do in those hours, which was a lot of hours, was not enough. So I had to take things home. And I just felt like I just spent 5 days working my entire life away, and now the weekend comes when I finally get to do things that, you know, I would be excited for. The reason I came to Korea, to explore and have fun, and I'm exhausted. I just want to stay in my house. And that cycle lasted for 2 to 3 months. And in that time, I felt like I couldn't be honest with anybody from back home because I wanted this so bad. I dreamed about this so much. I talked about it so much. People were asking me, are you sure you want to move to another country? Are you sure you want to do this? I was like, of course, like this is what I want to do. So it's very hard for me to openly admit that this is not what I wanted. This is not what I expected. What ended up happening, I don't remember exactly at what point I was like, I gotta get out of here. But there was a time I was randomly laying on my bed after work. It was like 9 o'clock, so I had just gotten home. I was so tired. I didn't even eat yet because I didn't feel like cooking anything. I just remember looking at my closets where my suitcases were, and I took one of the suitcases out. I had it on the bed, and I was like, I could just go home right now. I could just leave. And I remember thinking like, okay, should I tell anybody that I'm coming home? I had a credit card, so I was just gonna buy my plane ticket on that. I literally cannot go to work tomorrow. Like that's what I was thinking. And then I started thinking like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do to the friends that I met? Because if I leave, I know that my classes are gonna fall onto them. And so I was like, I'm just gonna have to block them. I'm gonna have to block everybody from that school because I don't want anybody contacting me, but I have got to get out of here. I don't care what happens. I just know that I cannot go to work another day. That ended up not happening. I ended up not leaving, obviously, but it was something that really crossed my mind. Like I was really debating it. I was looking up plane tickets, figuring out how to get to the airport because I didn't want to be there. And I don't know exactly what changed my mind. I think it was more of, I'm too exhausted to pack right now, so I'm gonna go to sleep. And by the time I woke up, it was time to go to work, and I was like, okay, well, it's not like I can leave right now. And I made it through that day, and I just kept making it through days until finally, the work didn't get easier, but I got used to it, and it still sucked. I still hated it. I still did not want to go to work the next day. But gradually, I at least got better at being a kindergarten teacher because the kindergarten morning part of the classes that I had, that's kind of what I was expecting. Like, I was expecting to teach English in that way to kids around that age and do activities like that. So once I got pretty good at doing that, and I actually felt confident in my teaching abilities there, because the morning part of my day was easier, the afternoon part still sucked. Like I was not good at teaching older kids. I still had no idea how to teach debate, and I left that school not having taught those kids a single thing about debate. But I felt like the fact that the morning classes got manageable meant that my entire day was not a circus show. And I'm very thankful that even though I hated those first couple of months, I'm glad that I stuck it through. time. I would never work at a franchise like that again. I'm very happy that I work in a small countryside school right now with a boss who is very open and willing to tell parents that's not how we do things around here, instead of trying to appease the parents no matter what the demand is. Like, I'm just happy that I finally found something that I'm comfortable with. So yeah, anyway, that's a story time about why I really wanted to do a midnight run my first few months in Korea. So I am planning on making a video in the near future about how I found my current hagwon and all the good things that come from my current hagwon, like in comparison to the other hagwons I've worked at and in comparison to a lot of the hagwons that I have heard other people working at. Like, I feel like I found the dream hagwon. So if you would like me to make a video about that, please let me know in the comment section down below. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys later. Bye!